What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Been busy running around trying to get my stuff together. Thought I'd do a video. Talk about how I live with a lot of regret. And it's kind of frustrating and aggravating to live with a lot of regret, to think about, some of the things that I wish I could take back, that I wish I could change, There's a lot of mistakes that I made that I didn't see back then. I didn't understand. In hindsight is 2020, so you can look back and you can see the mistakes you made. A lot of people say you shouldn't think about the past, dwell on the past, and you learn from your past. And granted, I learned some things, but I feel bad about the time I wasted in some of the choices I made. So it's hard to live with that regret. It kind of makes me want to push harder towards a better life. And it doesn't feel like I'm making a lot of progress. I feel kind of stuck in a way because of some of the mistakes I made. I'm stuck in a spot. I'm in a place that's hard to escape. It feels like I'm in between a rock and a hard place. I'm in this place I can't really move up. But there's also, your natural limitations as a person and your natural ability to rise above things, to do certain things. Some people are just better equipped. They have better opportunities too. People get, better, a little luckier too. A little luck. Some people say it's not luck, it's more skill, but I think there's a lot of luck playing in life. Some people are just dealt better hands. There's a lot of that. I think a lot of people don't realize how much of a factor that is in people's lives. How much better you're off if you're born into a wealthy family. How much better you're off. You get better opportunities in life and you grow up in a better neighborhood, or you grow up around, or you get a better opportunity through people that you meet randomly. A lot of this shit they say is randomness, in life, that we don't have free will and we just fall into these traps because of determinism, because a lot of our outcomes are determined factors, and I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that we don't have free will. We can change things for the better. We can make them a lot better, but I believe it does play a big role. We don't have a lot of free will in our outcomes in life because of certain factors, certain ways we are wired, in certain ways that things happen to us or for us. But so much regret because of the way, God damn it, because of the way things happen. No, slow the hell down. Because of the way things happen for me. Sorry, there's just crazy drivers all speeding around and racing around and cutting me off. Like, it's pissing me off. But I have some big regrets. I've made some bad choices along the way. And looking back, I can see how some people tried to help me too, and I didn't take their offer. And I didn't take their hints and their clues to try to push me to a better life. Because I had failure to launch syndrome bad, bro. Like, I couldn't get out of this funk I was in for a long time. I couldn't see a way out. I couldn't see a life worth living, and I stuck in depression. And I'm still stuck there, I think, because I think these people had it right in a way. They knew what I needed I couldn't even see what I needed, which was it's even more aggravating. They were trying to help me get into a relationship and get the life I need, but I think I was afraid to get into the relationship because I didn't see a way of surviving, a way of getting out, a way I could provide and survive. Because I was just, I don't know, I was a miserable drug addict for a long time, just caught up in this funk and this toxic way of living, just living for a drug. And not really seeing any opportunity in life because I was, numb to all the opportunities. I was numb to everybody and everything. And that's all I cared about was being numb. So when you stay in that place, you won't create or do anything good. And if you think about it, really think about it, you'll see that when you're on drugs, you never really do anything that great. Granted, there's some musicians that make good music, but really, how important is that, in the real practical world where everybody can't be that rock star musician or something, or artist. But how great of things have you really done on drugs? If you think about it, if you really think about it, anything that great from drinking or, nothing that great. It felt cool at the time, it felt good. That's a false sense of reality when you think about it, when you look at it. When you really think about it and you really look at it, it's just a delusion of grandeur or a weird perception of things that you get when you're on drugs. You feel good, so it feels good when you do anything almost, but you're not really doing anything good for yourself. I was caught up in that place for a long time. I was caught up in made some bad decisions on drugs. Actually made it worse on drugs, ended up in jail and getting in trouble, trying to steal and get money, and it was all bad. On drugs, it was just a long, hazy life of trouble and misery with miserable people that didn't care about me. Yeah, get out the way. Get out the way. Come on, people. Get on the road. But it was that, hooking up with women I shouldn't have been with because I was on drugs, not thinking right, not thinking about what I really needed and not going after it. Getting with bad women and they were on drugs and, so you don't have anything natural. You don't have anything naturally good in life coming from that place. And then after getting off of drugs, I still made a couple bad decisions by not thinking things out and trusting people, trusting the wrong people that are just out to do me dirty, thinking that some people are out, they'll still try to do something good for me, or they can change, or some of them people, a lot of people that come into your life are not gonna bring any value. So I had to wake up to that. I had to cut people out and say, no, you're not allowed, because they don't bring any value. So what's the point of having people in your life if they don't help you? Why would you welcome all these people around, how are they gonna help you? And then, you have the bottom feeding people, the mooch people, the people that'll just suck you dry, you can't be around. It's like 1,000 paper cuts, bro, to just slowly drain you and take from you. So if you don't have nobody with equal value in your life, somebody at least on your level that kind of helps you and that kind of like gets you, or that's kind of helping you or pointing you in the way, then there's no point to have them. It's like, that's where I'm at. I can't find people that I can relate to either, because I've been through so much stuff, so many different things, and I'm on a totally different route than like the people that I grew up with. I'm in a totally different place in life, They're all in different places in life. They don't complement my life in a way for them to be in my life, So it's like I keep people at arm distance now. I got a few people that I talk to every now and then, and I can relate to a little the most part, most people I stay away from. Because why should you worry about anybody else, and why should you be having to help anybody else? You're a grown person, you gotta live your own life, and you gotta find your own happiness. So I'm working on that. I'm going through a bunch of things to get to here, so I can find that place I'm happy at. And that's not an easy thing, you know. Or it's not even happiness, it's just content, you know, it's just being content, or just being financially independent, so I'm content, you know, financially successful, so I'm content, so I have my freedom. Really, that's my goal, to get my freedom of time, because when you think about it, no matter what you do for work in life, you're selling your time, your energy. No matter what you do, it's going to equal out. You're always going to be consumed by your time is gone. So you're going to buy back your freedom somehow. You're going to get your freedom. If you make enough money, you can have all the freedom to do what you want. So it's easy to say, harder to do, but it's possible. So that's what I'm working on now. That's my goal, to get enough money to have enough free time to be able to enjoy life and not be stressed out and miserable all the time, not be working all the time, to be doing something I kind of enjoy. But yeah, I mean, I have some regrets because I made some bad choices. But at that time, I didn't really know much. I was just naive and ignorant. A lot of those choices I made, I was just ignorant and naive. Recently, I made some bad choices too, because I was desperate. But people will take advantage of you when you're down. They'll kick you when you're down too. So be careful who you let know your business and who you let in. They'll take advantage of you. People are manipulating, conniving, scandalous. They might not seem that way, but they're all that way. It's funny how much people are alike, and how much people are always out to get something for them. They're selfish and naturally selfish, and it's not anything, you know, personal. It's just the way that people are naturally. So take that into consideration when you talk to people. They're all selfish, no matter who they are. And so I'm trying to find that a decent woman is not too selfish. Everybody is selfish in a way, and everybody has a dark side. Everybody has that. So Jung was right about that, and so was, you know, Machiavelli and Nietzsche. So embrace your strengths and gauge your relationships, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to navigate through life and find my balance, and a woman that I can maybe deal with and be with, be kind of happy with, because you'll never truly be fully happy. You'll never have like that bliss and that, you know, sublime feeling from life, because that's a pipe dream. You'll never have that. I think I was chasing after that too. It's another regret. I think I was just chasing after a pipe dream where, I want to feel good all the time, and I want to feel happy in a relationship, and you know, it's perfect. I want this to be perfect. And life is never that. It's never gonna give you anything. Never gonna give you a lot of things you want. It's gonna give you a little bit here and there, and then you're gonna have to make the best of it. So, especially with relationships, you're gonna have to navigate them and figure them out, because I can't even get in a relationship now. My social status is lacking. I don't have much going for me, and enjoyed it. And